Hello, welcome back to the channel.
Hello, I am here. I've just been video bombed by a dog. This is Poppy, if you've not met her before, our rather lively 8-month-old cockapoo. So
We're starting to dominate our lives in more ways than we ever factored in. But like I say, welcome back to the channel. Today we've arrived at a club rally, a Caravan and Motorhome club rally, with the Norfolk Centre at
Mockelbra.
It's hard to say. It shouldn't be really for a Yorkshireman. We should be able to say
Mockelbra.
and
there's brass. Yes.
But yeah, so we haven't been rallying for 15, 16 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Used to go with my father. We used to enjoy that, didn't we?
Yeah, that was with the North Yorkshire section.
He was a big,
big
rally goer. So we're here. So a little bit of an intro and route, and then we'll tell you a little bit about it.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run, and the sun would always shine. When we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone.
So we're parked on the cliffs, really, looking out at sea. Not that we can see too much at the moment because there's
a bit of a sea fret.
Sea fret. Yeah.
So we're just near the Muckleburgh collections. Actually, it's a tourist place. They've got tanks. They've got military things, which is open to the public. I think it's £12 each to have a look round, according to the website. And this is the area that we've got here. We're overlooking the sea, just above Weybourne, which is the nearest probably Norfolk coastal part of where we are. But yeah, it's a good view. And we're looking forward to it. Yeah,
it's an area that we're not unfamiliar with. We were here, a couple of you may have seen a vlog. If you haven't, I'll put it in the link above, about the steam trains, and it's only just down the road from there. So it's our second venture this way out this month, which is, but we quite like the area. So we're going to stay here for 3 days before moving on to a CL further up into Nelson's County, where really quite local to where Nelson was born and learned to sail. So that should be interesting. But if you don't know what rallies are, the Caravan and Motorhome Club, and indeed so does the Caravan and Camping Club, are subdivided up into regions, or districts as they call them, and each has got a centre, or certainly that's what they're called, the Caravan and Motorhome Club's ones. They are a mixture of settings, large and small. This is what they call a holiday rally, so it's on for a week, although we're not planning to stay for a week, largely because we're not really geared up off-grid for that amount of time. but so this one is no electric hookup. It's £9 a night here. The pitch space, we're going to do a little bit of a walk around with the video and show you, but the pitch space is enormous. Very nice people, very welcoming, and we're looking forward to it very much. And this might be something we'll try.
Yes, definitely.
And, because certainly I think the need to be social, we've really missed it over the last 12 months, particularly moving into a new area. So I think that's going to work.
But there's obviously things like where you, somewhere to empty your wastewater. There's a few water taps around. And there's somewhere to empty the Elson. So you've basically got everything you need other than electric hookup on this rally. But some rallies that you can go to do have electric hookup, but on this one we don't. Yeah.
Incidentally, a little bit of a side story. If you watched our last vlog about the Willows, and that's the campsite that's at the bottom of the Air Force Base at Mildenhall, we made it quite clear that we got a recommendation for that site off a YouTube channel run by Dave and Helen from Caravantastic. We've met neither of those two, but on leaving the site, we went to grab some food, and lo and behold, who's at the side of us in the queue?
Yep, Dave and Helen from Caravantastic.
Who were very nice and every bit as nice as they come across on the screen. So it was great. So and thanks, Dave and Helen, for the recommendation. To be fair, there's some good recommendations on their site. We recommend you having a look at their channel, and we'll put the links in the description below. So we're going to go and have a walk around the site now and just take some videos to show you where we are. But yeah, it's we've got good positive vibes about this one, so it should be quite good.
Yeah, and we can even, when the gates open, go walk down to the beach. So that'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be great. Well, good morning. This is the morning after the first night of the rally. You can see behind me how big the pictures are here. They're well spaced out on a hillside. Quite a good night's sleep actually. Thankfully the wind behaved itself. The rally marshals did warn us that if the weather's bad, then the wind comes straight off the top of the sea and straight onto the top of the hills, but it was nothing like that last night. It was quite a nice evening. So yeah, it's good. We might take to this rally, and actually it's a while since we did it. Very popular with my father. It was a thing of its time way back, I think. Were very popular, very big rallies, and I still think they're popular today. But I think as what's happened in the last 12 months is it's caravanning, motorhome and camping's been a little bit redefined by an influx of people being drawn into the pastime for a number of reasons. Availability of different sorts of units. It's making it quite an interesting place, and I think people are settling down and making their own choices as to whether they want to be on a regulated big site or a small CL, little farm maybe. Some people like to park off grid. It's the beauty of it really. It's such a diverse area. You can be as structured, as organised, as social or as individual as you want to be. That's the beauty of it, I guess. But yeah, this is a nice place. We're going to investigate the area a little bit today. We're probably going to have a walk into the military museum. You can probably see behind me actually right now is some of the remnants. They're all over the place really. You walk around a corner and there's a tank parked up or something like that, just waiting as an exhibit really more than anything else. But inside there's some more exhibits. It's about £12 each to go in. And I'll probably have a walk around. I'm not sure Helen will, it's probably not her thing, but I'll probably have a walk around and have a look, and otherwise we're going to go for a walk today. So keep with us, and hope you're having a good day. As you can see, the Mockelbra Military Museum has some interesting exhibits. I'm assuming that that's some kind of aerial sort of antenna, radar, call it as you will. As you can see over here, we've got Harrier jets, and yeah, there might be a Sea Harrier actually.
On the side, squadron leader, GW.
Oh, it might be RAF then if it's squadron leader, because it'd be lieutenant commander, wouldn't it? If it was.
I just can't read the name on the back. I'll have a look and see what it says. But I can't read it on the back.
Is that a doodlebug over there, or the?
Oh, I don't know.
V2 rocket.
Like yeah, it's one of those missiles. Isn't
Yeah,
it
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can go through this gate actually.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then, we're probably going to have a look in the museum later, but going for a walk this morning to try and give the dog some time on the legs. That is definitely a U2 rocket of some description, I would imagine. More guns. So what we got, H?
I think it says Squadron Leader GW. I think it's Tim's, but it could be Mims. I don't want to do anybody a disservice. It's just slightly discoloured around the first letter.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, it's a.
So I guess when we go in the museum later on, we'll probably find out a little bit more about it.
It's a bit of a beast. I know that.
It is. It is.
They've got some proper heavy artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is actually unique to see it because you don't normally see.
Yeah.
Last night we were having a walk, and I'll show you some pictures. But
That's a fair-sized gun.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for when Norfolk declares independence.
Yeah. Well, it is Norfolk Day shortly. Maybe
Yeah,
there's a
it is,
plan.
Yeah. Maybe we're going to mutiny or something, or
Yeah.
what the equivalent is. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've not been to a rally before, it's really quite easy to do. But the first thing you've got to do, certainly with the Caravan and Motorhome Club, is register online with a centre. Now, normally this comes out with your annual membership. Documentation, your renewal, tells you to register with the centre in the paperwork, and you do have to re-register every year. So it's possible to change centres if you feel as if you've done enough in one area, or for whatever reason you can change to another centre. So like for us there were two options, Suffolk or Norfolk. And of course you don't have to be in the centre who is hosting the rally. You can travel to other people's centres at rallies, so if you get what I mean. So it's not particularly very restrictive, it's just that they do like you to register to one centre. So typically run by volunteer marshals. And we have to say, my hat goes off to anybody who volunteers to put these events on, because there's clearly a lot of work goes in, a lot of signage and way forward. But basically, after you've registered, you'll get some kind of correspondence either by email or paper form that allows you to book for rallies. You set off having booked in. Things are getting more organised because of COVID. In the past it was always cash on arrival, but now they've got chip and pin machines because obviously cash is not so popular. So you would tip up. Normally as you approach the site there'll be signs put out by the marshals guiding you in. I'll show you a couple of examples if we walk up here into the entrance of this one, which make it really easy to get to where you need to be. So consequently, there we have it.
Glamorous assistant points out the rally sign.
Yeah, here's one we made earlier.
Here's one we made earlier. Yeah.
Well, these are on the approach, so it makes it easy to find. And again, due to the hard work by rally marshals, which are something exceptional, really. So it's a good effort. This rally, it's a holiday rally. There's no hookup, but there is water, else and emptying points, grey water disposal. Each rally is different. Some have got ECU, some haven't. But otherwise, you can see all the details in the brochure. And certainly, when you're looking at the centre that we're in, there's a Facebook page and a website, and there's lots of information to help you guide your way through it. But as you can see behind me, this is the entry with the tank behind me, the entry to the museum, and it's quite a good location, really. So we're going for a walk. We're going to have a walk into down into Weybourne, get on the beach, try and get back before the rain comes. British summer seems to be upon us. We'll see how we go. So onwards a little bit further. Oh, just missed a launch, doesn't it?
Yeah, just going out to...
Tractor pulled down a fishing boat. It's quite good. The thing about this boat is there's this beach, as I say, there's lots of fishermen on this. Usually when we walk up and down, isn't there? You can see the fishing boats out there. It's some live fishermen, isn't it?
Yeah,
some life that fishermen have.
Yeah, I guess if you've got to like the tranquility and the solitude of it, really. But a bit of a challenge as well.
Yeah, it always strikes me a bit like farming, an honest type of lifestyle, really. Honest hard work. Tough though. Climbing round to the cliffs. There's an old pillbox on the top of the cliff, and all the way along this coast you can see remnants of defences, Second World War defences. It is the home of Dad's army after all. You can see this, again, rather ageing tractor that's been used to put the boat into the water. Looks like it's left and abandoned there. Ready for when we need to recover the boat from the outside, but it's quite an old machine, but obviously still works, otherwise they wouldn't be using it. Current's quite an interesting location at the moment. If I pan round to the left and stand still for a minute while I just zoom the camera, you can see on the hill, first of all, an installation with some antenna on it. And then across to the right of there you'll see 3 guns pointed toward France, which are remnants of the World War II sea defences. But the facility on the left and this building here emits an infrared beacon, and it's used to this day by military jets to target. The days have gone by when they used to drop bombs on Nook Beach. They use infrared bombing targets, and it's all done by computer simulation, and they can tell accuracy, etc. from all of that. But it is actually emitted from these buildings, so they do get on this stretch of water, which is fairly quiet really. There's no real access other than by foot up the beach, about I don't know, maybe a mile up the beach from Weybourne. You do get fast check action. In fact, looking at the air traffic control system information, there's some programme for Monday and Tuesday, and they will practice dropping laser guided munitions on that building up there, and as they come off the sea, and it'll be quite interesting, but maybe I guess not as exciting of watching it in in World War II times when the aircraft would have been slower and much lower and easier to see. I suspect these approach at faster than the speed of sound, and or at least potentially. There's been some issues recently about breaking the sound barrier. It tends to break the windows in the locals' houses. Well, the people around here are very tolerant of the military. It does occasionally test the patience when that happens. Certainly it's happened mainly when the Quick Reaction Force, which is the Typhoon's Eurofighter, leaves Conisbee in Lincolnshire and flies out on the east coast, but doesn't have very often. Only when the Russians are misbehaving. But yeah, so there, and I can actually hear the sound the beacon makes still on the beach, which is interesting. We just turned off the beach now on this walk, which is really something of a Weybourne circular, and this is a nature reserve called the Quag, and on this lake it's a real picture of serenity, and quite a lot of birds sat on the water's top peacefully, some swans and other birds. It's quite a lovely place, this. To say this is one of our favourite places in Norfolk, this bit of Norfolk coast. From here up towards Burnham Overy, we're heading towards there further on Monday, so more information about that. But this is quite a really quiet bit away from the main tourist attractions, a bit where you sort of need to dig out and find for yourself really. But it's lovely, and we like it very much. Looks like one of the cows is going for a swim. Stood in the water cooling himself off. Doesn't seem to be bothering the sheep at all, or the birds. But so far, we're really enjoying rallying. I suspect when the restrictions aren't in place, there'll be more social activities, but as it stands at the moment, we're still governed by the restrictions, so it's pretty much steady as you go. Right. Oh, here we go. These guys aren't bothered. Is it not the case that when cows sit down, it's going to rain?
It's going to rain, yeah. Like, yeah. Some are standing up though, so.
Yeah. Poppy, be quiet now. Because he's a big boy and he won't be bothered about you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a big lad. He's a bit of a lazy bull though. Yeah. Some noisy cockapoo as always. If anybody knows how to turn the volume down on cockapoos, please put some information in the description below.
That's what they need.
It would work for us.
What we need on a cockapoo is a mute and a pause button.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you need. Oh, sleep.
Yeah, that'd be good.
A sleep button would be fantastic.
Yeah. Somebody once told us that dogs sleep 15 hours a day. Ha! Yeah. Not this one.
Not this one. Right.
Where are we then, H?
We are at Kelling Heath.
Okay.
Which apparently is a site of special scientific interest. So I think somewhere we must be. Well, that's where we're staying. We walked from Mockelbra down into Weybourne. We've come along the coastal path there, up this way. So I'm presuming we're still on this. We must be round about here, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're going back along the path through the woods. So yeah, should be good.
But, apparently adders are quite an issue this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something for us with a crazy pup because you're just charging into the middle of grass and watch out for her. Yeah. So onwards then.
Onwards. And it's Norfolk, so not upwards, alongwards.
Yeah, although we have just been up a hill.
We have just been uphill. It's probably the Norfolk Hill.
Which is a rarity.
It is, yeah. So we'll go onwards and alongwards. And see where it takes us.
Well, here we are walking back towards the rally field now. It's quite interesting when you walk up here to see that Ministry of Defence. I'm assuming it's like a radar. What do you think, H?
I think so. It looks like it with just a dome bits. I'm sure somebody will correct us if it's not, but
yeah,
it looks like it.
Yeah, I suppose when I've been on the tour itself, I'll know more. But yeah, and then they've got like a camouflage unit set up at the side, which I guess simulates a signals setup. So it looks all very good, really. All in all, a bit unique and a little bit different. That's really how I would describe it. You've always got something in your mouth, you dog. And these pillboxes are everywhere you go in East Anglia. What can you see?
Not a lot really, but they're quite small.
Yeah.
Get a good view though.
Out to sea.
Yeah, good all the way around. Actually, a good 360 view,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Well, this is a bit of an interesting aspect to this because it's actually on the Mockelbra military estate. You can walk on it, and certainly after 5 o'clock you can walk anywhere on it. But it's also home for the Kelling Heath aerodrome. And at the bottom of the runway, which we are now, which I'll pan round and show you, this is the end of the runway. It's a grass runway, and I think they have about 2 flights a week on it. But on here we get the still in place anti-aircraft guns that have been here since wartime. This is one of the anti-aircraft guns. Pointed out at France. And that's one of them still in place. And we've got, so pan right round, you can see further ones. And there's 3 in a row here, located on the shoreline. Surprising how good condition they really are, really. I mean, all the major moving bits have been removed, I guess, so that people could actually climb on them. But it's still well maintained. It wasn't just the defences here, this was actually part of the training establishment for the Royal Artillery. Interesting.